I'm not going to be one of those people that are going to come up and talk about the concepts of doing it, because see, I understand it isn't the concept, it's the increment. And so all those people that you thought are supporting you and that have your back and that are proud of you, all of a sudden you realize they're all like, yeah, we knew it. We figured it would happen. It was just a matter of time. That was my first business, and it went away fast, right? And although my private equity guys sold it and they made a lot of money on it, I and my original 6 guys that gave me the money and all my employees that helped me build it didn't get any money. It was a disaster. I had to start over, and my credibility got damaged a bit. But that set me on the path I'm on today, which is I'm going to re-engineer. I'm going to engineer how businesses are engineered. I'm going to structure how businesses are structured. I'm going to put policy and process and procedures and systems and technology in place so people don't spend their whole life. 97% of all businesses under 100 million will fail within 10 years. 90% of all small businesses are family owned. You see, when this happens and they collapse, it affects lives, families, close friends. It's devastating. And so for me, my mission is to save people from having that happen to them. And when you go to our events and you come and you see this stuff and you're like, oh, they charge for this and they're selling that, you're damn straight, because see, I know something. I know that I'm going to take a lifetime of experience and the last 20 years of investing millions of dollars and actually having to acknowledge that if I'm going to stand in front of you and ask you for your money, I have to prove to you that what I'm telling you, I've actually done it. Would you agree? I'm not going to be one of those people that are going to come up and talk about the concepts of doing it, because see, I understand it isn't the concept, it's the increment. It's the technical move from should I move left, should I move right, should I stay put? It's just one little tiny micro decision that's one step away from a disaster that doesn't just affect you. It affects your spouses, it affects your children, it affects your aunts and your uncles and your friends. And if it's a bad result, it lowers your confidence about what's possible. And when your confidence goes down, your belief goes down. And see, here's what I know. Here's the work I had to do on myself, because when all of a sudden that collapsed and I found myself being made fun of by people who I thought supported me and hearing from people, oh, we knew it was only a matter of time. See, by the time I had to resign, it was actually harder. When you have and you lose, it's harder than never having, hoping you get it. And it's actually harder sometimes to I've always been competitive, to dust yourself off and say, maybe, and when you start listening to people, you're like, maybe they're right. Maybe I was just lucky, or maybe it just was that period of time, or I was in the right place at the right time. Maybe I didn't make all this happen. And you start doubting yourself, and you start questioning yourself, and you start allowing stuff to creep into your mind and into your spirit about what's possible, what's not possible, and you start dwelling on things and you actually start making yourself small. It's called fortifying. I'm just gonna pack everything in, control what I can control, and stay small. And it isn't until you go, wait a minute, I have nothing to actually lose. I'm a 2.4 GPA. I have beautiful kids and I have a wife who deserve better than this, and so I don't have any money, so what do I have to lose? Just go back and start over and do it again. See, I didn't have enough to lose to actually stop me to just settle in and go get a job, or to lower my ambition about what's possible. I actually stepped back and said, wait a minute, there's actually a new opportunity here. There's an opportunity that if I can go figure out how to start, grow, scale, expand, and exit at a high value by helping other people not make the mistakes I made, and I built a business doing it, then there's a business, I can build a business, and I can have that business help people not make the mistakes I made. I can reinvent how businesses are built. It's a $12 trillion space. Most businesses fail. So it's not like it shouldn't be low-hanging fruit. I mean, if we just don't make the same mistakes over and over and over, and we find the best solutions and the best examples and the best resources, we should be able to do things bigger, better, faster. So then I just needed to ask the question, what allows businesses to succeed and what allows businesses to fail? And so I put some rules in place. I'm going to build a business not using anybody else's money so they can never take it away from me, and I don't have to feel bad if I screw it up. Secondly, I'm going to build a business that helps people. Thirdly, I'm going to build a business that builds resources and creates resources for people so they don't have to try to figure it out the way I had to figure it out. So I just sit and put this with my mentor, this whole blueprint in front of me. I sucked at leadership. I sucked at operations. I sucked at finance. I sucked at lowering my belief about what's possible. I need to re-change what I'm communicating about. What I think is what I say is what I do, and what I do is what I'm known for. So whatever I'm thinking about in my present moment and I take action, and it's what people will say, oh yeah, that guy, blah, 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 blah. And whenever I talk about, they're like, oh yeah, he must really be struggling because he's talking about struggle. If I'm talking about the enthusiasm, the excitement, the ambition, the breakthroughs, and people are like, wow, things must be going well. So I learned really quickly through reading and through my mentors that I shape my reality.